Okay, so Lagos, Portugal. I think for most people, the name instantly brings up, images of the Algarve coast.
Absolutely. Golden cliffs, those turquoise waters, endless sun. It's sold as this perfect beach getaway, right?
Exactly. Pure relaxation. But that picture, while true, it's only half the story, isn't it?
It really is. The visuals are stunning, no doubt.
Yeah.
But if you stop there, you miss what makes Lagos so layered and honestly quite profound.
Right. So our mission today, looking at all this material you sent over the travel guides, the historical stuff, is to really dig into that duality.
Yeah, we need to balance the iconic beauty, those cliffs everyone knows, with its really significant, sometimes difficult history.
Yeah.
It's the heart of Portugal's age of discovery back in the 15th century.
So we're hitting the must-sees, the landmarks, but also getting into let's say, the historical weight that's literally under your feet in the old town.
We'll cover how to best experience Ponta de Piedade, talk about the legacy of the slave market, and definitely where to get the best seafood. Can't forget that.
Definitely not. Okay, let's dive in. The big visual draw, the thing on all the postcards, has got to be that coastline, starting with Ponta de Piedade.
Oh, it's breathtaking. Truly.
Yeah.
You've got these massive golden rock pillars, sea arches, hidden caves, all carved out by the Atlantic over thousands of years.
Seeing it from the cliffs is great. You get that perspective.
It is, yeah. It's mandatory viewing from up top. But that's really only part of it.
And this is where the practical tips from the guides come in handy. You can try walking down to some spots.
You can.
But be ready for a serious climb down and back up. Like Praia do Camilo. Nearly 200 steps, narrow ones too.
Exactly, which is why, pretty much everyone agrees the real way to experience Ponta de Piedade is from the water level. You have to get down there.
So boat tours, kayaks, paddle boards, launching from the Lagos Marina seems key.
Absolutely key. The local boat captains, they know how to navigate right into the narrow passages, the grottos you just can't see otherwise. Places with names like the Cathedral.
And these trips aren't crazy expensive either, usually about an hour, maybe 90 minutes, costing around, 20 to 40?
Yeah, that's about right. And it's worth it because you're inside it, not just looking down on it. It's way more immersive.
Okay, beyond the rocks, Lagos has a real variety of actual beaches too. It depends what you're looking for, right?
Totally. If you want those classic sheltered coves, the ones nestled between cliffs with that super calm turquoise water, you head south from the town center.
That's where you find Praia Dona Ana, often called one of Portugal's most beautiful.
That's the one. Crystal clear water, great for swimming. And Praia do Camilo, the one with the steps, also down there. Very idyllic.
But if you need more space, maybe with kids, or just prefer wide open sand,
then you go east towards Meia Praia. It's huge stretches for 4 kilometers. Soft sand, plenty of room. It's great for families, but also kite surfers, beginner surfers. They need that space.
And for more experienced surfers looking for bigger waves,
then you'd probably head to Praia de Porto de Mos. It's the second largest, and it faces the Atlantic more directly, so it picks up more swell. Good for surfing, bodyboarding.
It really sounds like the marina is the hub for everything water-based.
Yeah.
Dolphin watching tours leave from there too. And even trips to the Benojol Cave.
Yeah, ethical dolphin tours are a big thing.
Yeah.
And even though Benojol Cave isn't in Lagos, a lot of the tours going there actually depart from the Lagos Marina. It's just the central point for accessing the coast.
Okay, so the marina, it connects the modern tourism with the deeper history, doesn't it?
Absolutely, that's the perfect transition. We see these pleasure boats now, but this harbor, it's been vital for something like 4,000 years.
4,000 years, that's a lot of history. It wasn't just built for tourists.
Not at all. It started as La Cobriga, Celtic, and Roman, then Al Zawaya under the Moors for 5 centuries. It grew organically because it was a strategic port.
And that location, that geography, basically set it up for its role in the Age of Discovery.
Exactly. In the 15th century, Lagos became the launch pad. Prince Henry the Navigator, the guy driving Portugal's exploration, he set up shop just down the coast in Sagres.
And Guilherme, who was from Lagos, he was the one who finally sailed past Cape Bojador in 1434. That was huge, right? Breaking that barrier.
Massive. Cape Bojador was seen as this terrifying edge of the world, full of monsters and boiling seas. Once Inês passed it, it opened up the whole West African coast.
Which leads directly to the darker side of that era, centered right in the Old Town.
Yeah, the Mercado de Escravos, the site of Europe's first modern-era slave market.
Okay, let's be clear about this. This happened in 1444.
Correct. An explorer, Lancelot de Freitas, brought back 235 enslaved people from West Africa, specifically the Bay of Arguin. And that started it all.
And the accounts are brutal. Prince Henry, the sponsor, took his cut 1/5.
He did. And maybe the most awful details, how they divided those 235 people up for sale. Just split them into groups, completely tearing families apart, husbands from wives, parents from children.
It's just horrific, establishing this transactional view of human beings.
It set a terrible precedent. Now, the building you see there today on the square, Praça do Infante de Henrique, that was built later in 1691.
But it's on the original site.
It's on the site of the original customs house where those sales happened until 1512. And importantly, what's there now is the Mercado dos Escravos Museum. It's dedicated to telling that story, part of the UNESCO Slave Route project.
So you can be sipping coffee on the square and literally be in the shadow of this immense, difficult history.
Exactly. And the city's own story has these huge peaks and troughs. It reaches this incredible global importance.
And then, bam, the 1755 Lisbon earthquake.
Yes. November 1st, 1755. The earthquake itself was devastating, but for Lagos, the real killer was the tsunami that followed. Sources estimate it was maybe 65 feet high when it hit the coast.
65 feet, that would just obliterate the port area.
It did. Utter devastation. Over 200 people died, out of a population of maybe 3,000, and the impact was lasting. All the administrative and commercial power for the Algarve region. It got moved east to Faro permanently. Lagos was basically sidelined, left to rebuild slowly.
Wow. Okay, so that's the heavy history. Let's shift to the present-day experience, walking around the old town inside those 16th century walls.
Right, you wander the cobblestone streets, you pass Praça Guilhermes.
That's the square with the King Sebastian statue, the modern one.
Yeah, the abstract one. And apparently that statue caused quite a stir when it went up. Locals weren't thrilled. It shows how protective people are of their city's historical look.
Ah, yeah, I can imagine. And nearby is the Igreja de Santo Antonio.
Ah, yes, the Golden Church. Looks quite plain outside, but inside, wow, it's just covered in this incredibly elaborate gilded woodwork, tala dorada. It's stunning, a definite must-see.
Okay, let's talk food. Fueling all this exploring, what's essential for someone visiting Lagos?
Well, first, you need to get into the rhythm of Portuguese eating. Look for the tascas, small, cozy places.
Right? They serve petiscos, like Portuguese tapas.
Exactly. And they're often open in that weird time between lunch and dinner, say 3 to 6 p.m., when many other places are closed.
Good tip. The sources mentioned one, the Pearl Food Trailer. Cash only, but good views.
Yeah, that sounds like a classic Tasca vibe. Then for a proper dinner, 2 dishes are essential. First, bacalhau.
Salted cod, the national dish, pretty much.
It is. So many ways to prepare it. Baked, grilled. Don Sebastião is apparently the place to try a really traditional version.
And the second must try.
Cataplana.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to try cataplana. It's this amazing seafood and rice stew, cooked and served right in its own copper clamshell pot.
Oh, the pot itself is called a cataplana.
Yeah. It seals in all the steam and flavor. It's designed for sharing. Very social. Just delicious.
Sounds incredible. And dinner starts late, right? Like 7 p.m. or later?
Typically, yeah. 7 p.m., 10 p.m. is prime dinner time. If you want something more high-end, Restaurante dos Artistas gets mentioned. Michelin rated, nice garden setting, tasting menus around 40-50.
Nice. And after dinner, does Lagos quiet down or?
Oh no, it definitely keeps going. The nightlife is pretty famous, especially around Rua 25 de Abreu.
That's the main strip for bars.